AAA, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, She Accuses Passport Bros of Spreading STDs. Let's get right into it.
Nurses talk. And one thing what we're now hearing is that these so-called passport bros are coming back HIV positive.
Hey, this is Raul. Please act right. Prove it. Prove that the passport bros are coming back from other countries HIV positive. Boy, these butthurt Western women will do anything to slander the passport bro's name. I'm going to let you listen to her. And not one time does she give a link or a website to prove her accusations.
Nurses talk. Okay. Nurses talk. I don't care if you're a tech, CNA, LPN, LVN, RN, NP, regional nurse, doctor. Healthcare talks. Okay? And one thing what we're now hearing is that these so-called passport bros are coming back HIV positive. So that video that you see these men smiling and gleaming from ear to ear, happy that these so-called beautiful women want them and willing to do any and everything for them, go over there and have any nasty, dirty deed they ever want done, is coming back HIV positive.
You mean like the women do when they go to Jamaica and get the bamboo rafting treatment using plastic bags for so-called protection?
So that welcoming party is welcoming you to the world of AIDS. They don't want to talk about that though.
The men were leaving comments under your video asking you where you got the information, but you never answered them. Guess you don't want to talk about that though, huh? By the way, if you haven't done so already, if you like the videos that I put out, please hit that subscribe button and help me get to 100,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it.
They don't want to get involved in all of that. But us nurses, we talk.
Okay, so look, I think it's funny because clearly she's trying to sabotage the passport bros. Look when she said, oh, they're smiling ear to ear and all these beautiful women. Does that not sound like a hating, jealous ass woman? Is she not a tubby-dubby, oompa loompa type of chick? She mad about it. Clearly, women have acted like they're not upset that the passport bros exist, but they always make videos attacking them. Oh, the dark side of passport bros. If passport bros are not living their best life, then why do you care? I'm trying to figure out, why do women care if passport bros are not living their best life? What if it doesn't affect you, if you have no horse in this race, why you yapping? The reality of it is she's upset because she doesn't want men to get something better for themselves. A lot of these women are bitter. They're bitter. They're selfish. They're sorry examples of women. Yet they don't want men to be happy because they're miserable too. This is why that misery loves company. It loves it. Okay, but guys, I got news for you. You don't have to put up with this. In fact, shout out to everyone that downloaded my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, right? Because you know what? I'm here to help men figure out how to get the women, all right? Not like her, they're trying to sabotage you. No, figure out how to get women here and overseas, okay? Because not every guy can go overseas. But the ones that are going overseas, shout out to y'all. Don't even sweat this girl, bro. This chubby girl here, she ain't got nothing for you but lip and attitude, bro. You ain't missing nothing over here.
We may not say your name.
You better not say anybody's name, because the Health Insurance Probability and Accountable Act, also known as HIPAA law, prohibits you from saying a patient's name, but it does not prohibit you for giving us the link to the study to prove that what you're saying is true.
But situation, yeah, passport bros. Some of them coming back HIV positive. What? Are you serious? Yeah, we talk, honey. Coming back over here with shit, with the gift that keeps on giving. If you see anyone with a bottle of Biktarvy in their medicine cabinet, that is HIV medication, I gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go real quick, fast, and in a hurry, don't you? Because somebody about to catch you on your phone making a video lying. These type of women will do anything, and I mean anything, to try and sabotage the passport bros' reputation. Now, am I saying that none of the passport bros are coming back HIV positive? Absolutely not. But so far, I haven't been able to find any data that's showing any clinical proof that the rise in HIV in the United States is directly coming from passport bros who came back from overseas. Now let's go a step further with that he say, she say. This chick caught herself making a video about the video we just watched. Listen to her not making any particular point while she's just spreading the same old unprovable tales from the first chick that we saw in the first video. Even her caption doesn't make any sense. The passport bros are a lesson for all of us as individuals because we prove ourselves wrong when that's what it is. What?
They said those passport bros are messed up.
Do you know how many things messed up could mean?
And not only that, it's not even funny. You know that saying, a hard head always makes for a soft behind?
Yeah, now what were the passport bros being hard-headed about?
By you trying to prove to women that other women are better other places, and that might be so dependent on the individual.
This lady is getting annoying, man. I ain't gonna keep watching her talk nonsense. I get it, it's part of the video, but she's not adding no value to the video, so we gonna skip this. We just gonna skip this. All right. This looks like we have some other people. 200K people have HIV in Houston, Texas. Yeah, there's no way passport bros is smashing everybody and got everybody disease and HIV. No, America got its own problems. There's enough HIV in America to go around. Okay, if anything, we need to protect ourselves from each other in America. Okay, are there disease abroad? There probably is. Right? I'm gonna be honest with you, there probably is. But this idea that passport bros is the reason why there's STD rise in like Houston or Atlanta, ain't no way. Because let's put it this way, right? The dudes that are passport bros, they don't want nothing to do with American women. So they're not really coming back to America and smashing a bunch of women. That don't make any sense. Right? If you just think about it really quickly, you'll realize that this can't be true, because passport bros, they go to Philippines, Southeast Asia, Colombia, and they're enjoying their lives. They're living their best lives, and they're staying there. And they're getting married, they're having kids. They don't need to come back and then start smashing everybody. A lot of them weren't even having success with women in America to begin with. That's how you know it's a farce. But again, what women are trying to do is discourage men from going overseas. And why would they want to do that? Because they want them to be miserable too. And no man went overseas to prove a woman to prove something to a woman. It did prove it to them, right? And that's a byproduct of it. But we ain't do it solely for that reason. Hell no, we ain't do it solely for that reason. We did it because we wanted a better opportunity. Just like when people come to America for a better opportunity, people went overseas for better wives. It's simple like that.
Here, which we know is not true. So did she make a video about this?
Apparently in Houston, Texas, there's over 200,000 people that has HIV and STD.
Everybody in Houston, they is burning. They burnt up.
HIV, 17,272 cases in 1 week.
So we got this tweet from No Jumper yesterday. There are over 42,000 people diagnosed with an STD in Houston just last week.
Y'all, it's freaking ridiculous how high the HIV STD rate is in Houston, Texas. The CDC has just reported there has been a total of 42,000 cases, STD cases, within 1 week.
So recently, Houston, Texas have had a recent STD outbreak, but not only that, over 42,000 people are said to have the HIV STD new infection just in the month of June.
In Houston, Texas, it's reported that 200,000 people have HIV.
So I'm guessing, according to those two wonderful young ladies in the earlier videos, that all the passport bros went overseas and came back to Houston and started spreading HIV.
At this point, you just want a wet hole and a good time.
Here we go again, saying that it's always the man's fault. Girl, shut the hell up. The only way a man could get a wet hole is if a woman gives it to him. And stop acting like these women are not being irresponsible. Exhibit A.
Some of these girls are getting offended that boys are bringing condoms to their sex link-ups, which is childish. I'm in this anonymous group chat and the boy was like, I never got kicked out so fast. She called me weird as fuck, talking about some damn you don't trust me, I ain't good for it. And then everybody, like, not everybody, but like some girls in the comments like, oh, I feel her though, like that is kind of weird. Since when is contraceptives weird?
See, the young man wanted.
When you're trying to trap a dude, when you're trying to get impregnated by a dude, a lot of these girls, I've had girls tell me too, and I made some bad choices. I won't lie. And I'm so glad I'm HIV free, STD free. I'm glad, right? I took tests, and, I was scared taking that test. So I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I made a lot of mistakes, okay? Smashing random girls raw and stuff like that. So, God was with me, okay? God was with me, okay? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, okay? But I haven't made that mistake since. Fortunately, you know what I'm saying. I carry my disease-free test everywhere I go with me, and I know, you know what I'm saying, that this is a badge of honor. Okay, to have disease-free dick is a badge of honor. But I think what's happening with Houston, I'm about to say HIV, Texas. What's happening in Houston, Texas, is that it just shows that all these women are sleeping with a small portion of men, and they're spreading to everybody else, right? A large group of women are sleeping with a small portion of men, and then they're spreading it to everybody else. That's what's happening, okay? Because if it was one-on-one, everybody one-on-one, it won't spread. It's spreading because of all the mixing and the overlapping, and the real mixing and overlapping is from a small group of guys and a bunch of women. And then those bunch of women might go sleep with a random guy afterwards, and that's where the disease is spreading. It's simple. It's simple. The abundance of women, a minority of men, and the disease is going to spread. Okay, and Texas is a warm place, you know what I'm saying? That means it could thrive. Those viruses could thrive in that weather, and if you have women like this telling you you're weird if you don't use a condom, this just magnifies the problem. Okay? Men, I strongly suggest to you, wrap it up. Even reduce if you're a guy like me and you could get a lot of poontang, just reduce the amount of poontang you get. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Listen, you can lose a lot of money chasing after poontang, but you'll never lose poontang chasing after money. This idea that, and I've been there, so I ain't gonna hold you. I understand what it's like, and listen, I even just had a date today. You know what I'm saying? I even had a date today. So I'm still meeting new girls off of the dating apps. Okay, dating apps doing me good. Okay. But I'm saying that to say that even though I'm meeting girls and, I'm kind of cycling through women or whatever, I ain't smashing all, though. And if I did smash them, condoms. On God, condoms. I strongly recommend everybody wrap it up. But yeah, this whole passport bros are bringing back STDs is straight propaganda. And the feminists couldn't let the passport bros win without trying to tear down all their success. They couldn't let us win, y'all. Hateful shit. Hateful ass women, man.
Use a condom, but the girls were saying that he was being weird for wanting to put one on, and they put him out. I hope he learned his lesson from that. Now, should we just take that word that Houston is having an STD problem? Of course not. Check this out. It was all over the news.
Cases of HIV and other sexually transmitted infections are on the rise in our area and rising faster than anywhere else in Texas.
Houston and Harris County are in the midst of a syphilis outbreak.
Impacting a lot of women across our area, syphilis skyrocketing in Houston.
Houston is facing a quiet crisis, rising rates of HIV and STIs, especially in communities of color.
And sexually transmitted infection rates are climbing across Harris County, and some of the most impacted neighborhoods are right here in Houston.
So without me even looking it up on Google, there were countless videos of news reports about the rise of HIV cases in Houston. Now, I went through this woman's entire TikTok page, and I did not find one video of her talking about the HIV cases in Houston. I wonder why. Like I said, some of these butthurt modern women will do anything to try to make the Passport Bros mission seem like a complete fail. But we're not falling for it until I see proof of her accusations that the Passport Bros are coming back from overseas with HIV, which we know is not true. I'm not going to believe it. Can it happen? Of course it can. But I won't believe it until I get the facts from a reliable source. In the meantime, that first woman, this is what you look like, spreading information on the Passport Bros that you cannot prove.
And one thing what we're now hearing is that these so-called Passport Bros are coming back HIV positive. So that video that you see these men smiling and gleaming from ear to ear, happy that these so-called beautiful women want them and willing to do any and everything for them, go over there and have any nasty, dirty deed they ever want done.
It's crazy that we do see these women like that. You know, I think it's a weird thing, man. We're living in weird times right now. I won't lie to you. It's like women are unhappy with men. They're unhappy with the choices men make. You're right. Like, you guys are unhappy. You want all the top guys. You're trying to figure out where are all the men. Where are all the men? Well, one place is they're overseas. Okay, not all of them, but some men are going overseas, right? Especially men that have the money, the resources to make a trip like that and make that a reality and literally just immigrate to another country. Another thing is that, like, look, there's a lot more women that are becoming more ambitious and earning more money and buying homes. You guys don't realize how many women I've been on dates with recently who have bought their own houses, bought their own condos. Like, it's crazy. Like, so many women are buying homes. I've seen it myself, right? Like, I might not be the best sample size. I'm not saying my dating life is the best sample size of the world, but I definitely think it's indicative of a trend where women are buying homes without men more than ever, right? So women are becoming like, I think they call it like the high heels theory, where the idea where women are becoming taller and taller metaphorically every year, and therefore men are staying the same height, and therefore they're taller than the average man, and therefore they don't want the average men, they only want above average men who are taller in height. And that's hard because more and more men are not going to college, and more men are just saying, yo, to hell with this. More and more men are getting zeroed out. They're tired of the dating market. They're tired of everything that men and women are going through, and so they're just calling it quits. They're like, hell, why would I play this game? And because it's difficult. It really is. I won't lie. Like, even me, myself, I feel like the dating market is trash, right? And I feel like I do pretty well in the dating market, and I'm telling you, I think the dating market is trash. It's trash because the feminist ideology is taking over most women's philosophy on life. It literally, like, most women literally just downloaded whatever the feminist said, and they take it for facts. Like, the girl I went on a date with today, she asked me, like, what do I do? I said, I'm a YouTuber. She's like, oh, what kind of content you make? And now I'm at the point now, I used to hide it from women, like, oh, yeah, I talk about dating, whatever. But now I just told her, I was like, oh, yeah, I talk about dating. She's like, what, the red pill? Which, by the way, anybody knows who's been watching red pill content from the jump, from the beginning, like back in like 2015, 16, like those days, they know that we've never expected this to become a popular word that everyone knew. It was never expected to be that. It was kind of like the code language that we had, and now everybody's saying the red pill, the red pill, the red pill. Podcasters, these YouTube podcasters always talking about dating and they hate women. And she told me, like, oh yeah, red pill's anti-women. No, it's not. Feminism is telling women that the red pill is anti-woman. I said, I'm not red pill, right? People consider, like, what I talk about red pill. I'm Christian, and I believe in, like, biblical values and ethics and morals. And they tend to align with the quote-unquote red pill because red pill is based on the truth, seeking truth, understanding the truth about women, not being anti-women. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, you know what I'm saying, the Transformers are anti-women. But ain't nobody talking about that. No one calls them anti-women, and they genuinely are anti-women. They want grown men in women's bathrooms. Red pill don't want grown men in women's bathrooms. Red pill don't want grown men in women's sports. So how are we anti-women? All this movement to say that a woman is, or a birthing person, you don't even call women anymore mothers, y'all call them birthing persons. That ain't anti-women? Red pill don't call mothers birthing women. You know what I'm saying? Red pill didn't give nobody pronouns so they could just decide if they're a man or a woman. We didn't do none of this stuff, but we're anti-women. See, that's what I'm trying to say. Women just download the talking points of the feminist agenda and just believe it without challenge. Right? They don't put up no fight. They don't even do their own research. They just believe it. Oh, red pill's anti-women. And it's like unbelievable, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.